Take a look at this chart. Bitcoin just burst through here for the first time in 2.5 years. The last time that we were above this level in the RSI was all the way back here in April of 2021. It's been 2.5 years. Is this going to continue? We're going to be looking at two distinct charts, looking at all the facts and uncovering the details that you need to know. Let's take a look. This is your last chance. Time is almost out. Black Friday blowout, a crazy 79% off. Don't miss out. Make 5 times more in this bull run. Win more trades, make more money. Our website has been flooded. Don't be the guy that's left behind. Use crypto at checkout to save an extra $600 off. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Again, that's cryptocrewuniversity.com. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, put a thumbs up on this video. But in the last 2.5 years, this is the first time we broke above here. But the $1 million question is, will it last? Here are the facts you need to know. And we're going to start with this chart right here. We're on the Bitcoin US dollar index. We're on the weekly chart, and we have 3 components to this chart. We have price action above with 2 moving averages. Middle of our screen, RSI, major components here. Bottom of our screen, stochastic RSI with huge news happening as we speak. Let's start with price action. Price action, we are just starting our new candle and things are looking okay at the moment. Again, you can see some long lower wicks down here, and if we're just looking at wicks and not the formation of the bodies, I like these longer wicks at the bottom. It shows us momentum is to the upside. Right now we're holding support on our red line here, which is our 200-week moving average, the most important moving average in all of crypto. So price action is looking good. There's nothing to be concerned about at the moment. And we have this cross that's going to happen here. A weekly golden cross on Bitcoin, which is very, very rare. And that's projected to happen around February 2024. More on that as we continue in our videos. But let's go to the middle of our screen. The middle of our screen, we have this formation that we had been following for months and months and months. Bitcoin was in a downtrend in the RSI for 6 months. We had our pivot high here. We had our pivot low here. We had a failed rally here, which was a lower high. We needed a higher high. That's why this was a downtrending market. And that's why we made another pivot low here. We recovered ourselves when we made finally a higher high back here in October of 2023. We covered it right here on our channel. If you missed it, that was the turning point for Bitcoin, and that's when we started this big rally. When we did that, we also took out our recent pivot high from back in April of 2023. But when you look at it from a different angle, it's not just April of 2023 rejection, it's also November of 2021 rejection. This has been also April of 2021 rejection. So we've been rejected from this level in the weekly RSI, which is at about 70 for years. For 2.5 years, we've been rejected, and we just broke through. But is this going to be a breakthrough? And then is this going to crash back down? Or is this the start of something special? We've got to uncover the facts. And if you look at the history, we have an enormous history with the 70 level playing critical roles every single market cycle, right? And the past 2.5 years has been an uphill battle with the 70 level until just recently. So just recently, it's likely that we just entered phase 2 of the bull. Again, we have 2 distinct rules that we'll be doing another video update next on it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. That video is coming up next. But again, we have likely just entered phase 2 of the bull. We're waiting for our confirmation. Phase 2 of the bull acts the same way every time, but we've got this cross up here, and we've got to go back to some facts here, because what we have on our side is momentum. We talked about in a video earlier today about the stochastic RSI cross on the 2-week. This only happens 2 times per cycle, and it happens every time in phase 2 of the bull. And right on schedule, we had one. And right on schedule, we're up 47% since then. But it's not just the 2-week stochastic RSI that we're interested in. We are also interested in the 1-week stochastic RSI, which has a cross on average every 6 months like clockwork. Don't believe me? Look at the facts and the charts. Again, if you're new to the channel, we cover just the facts and the charts, not my opinion. Take a look here. All the way back in July 2021, had a cross. 6 months later, another one in January. 6 months later, another one in June. 6 months later, another one in November, December. This happens every 6 months on the 1 week stochastic RSI. Keep in mind, on the 2 week stochastic RSI, we have precisely 2 crosses every single cycle, one at the bottom of the market and one in phase 2. And that's been happening for literally 8 years, right? So when you look at the bigger time frames, a lot of you are stuck in the 1 hour and the 5 minute and the hour chart. This is all garbage. This is not how you're going to win in crypto. That is how you're going to pick pennies off the ground. When you look at these higher time frames, that's how you steal bags of cash. It will feel illegal. It's a lot easier game with a lot less false signals. You go to those smaller time frames, tons of false signals, and it's really guesswork. These larger time frames are idiot proof. Really, you follow a distinct set of principles and it makes the game so easy. This is what I teach in my courses. Whether you're a short-term trader or a long-term investor, you will get the principles, but look at the principles right in front of you. Do you want to make more money? Here are a couple recent trades using my program. Here in 4 trades, turn 10K into 25K. In a different chart, in 1 trade, turn 10K into 78K. In our 3rd chart, in 1 trade, turn 10K into 43K. The clock is ticking. This is your last chance. Don't miss out. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Again, that's CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Every 6 months, a stochastic RSI cross on the weekly. If your nose is in these small time frames, you've got no idea what's happening on the weekly, and you have no idea it happens every 6 months. You also have no idea it happens 2 times per cycle on the 2 week chart. But if you look at it, we've got momentum that headed in our market on September 11th. We covered it right here in this chair when we had right on schedule our stochastic RSI cross. And since then, the market went from about 25K up to where it is now, right? So we have momentum on our side on the 1 week chart, but our momentum is teetering out. We're right up at the 100 level. So we still have strong momentum, but we don't have that momentum that can continue up, right? In terms of momentum with the stochastic RSI. We do have more room to grow on the 2 week chart. You can see that we still have momentum on our side on the 2 week chart. On the 1 week chart, it's starting to die out, but it's very strong. Now, it all is going to come down to the RSI, not really the price action. The RSI is going to tell us, and here's why. When you have a market structure such as this, where we've played with it for years, I mean, dating back all the way to August 2020, I mean, you pick your poison. You can go all the way back to 2019 when we held resistance here. Pick your poison. This is a distinct level that has a ton of history, and we had it as resistance for 2.5 years. Here's what generally happens when you have a multi-year rejection from a particular level. This is what usually happens. When you break through, usually you have a very strong bullish breakthrough where you go high, up, above. And then what usually happens over the coming months is you come back down to test the market structure. This will happen on any time frame, but when you look at the higher time frames, less false signals, more direct information and precise facts. And when you look at it, you can say, okay, we are going to come and test this yellow line. We're going to do it. We don't know if it's tomorrow, the next day, the next couple months. It's going to happen, and that is the key test. Because when you have a multi-year resistance point, you break it, the market has to confirm it as support. If it does, that's a power move. That'll be a power move for Bitcoin and an incredible buying opportunity. Let me let you in on this little trick to use for a credible buying opportunity. Again, not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but the charts have really distilled secrets hidden inside. And here's what I want you to do. You can buy when we touch this yellow line, right? One person could buy when we touch this yellow line and set a stop limit order, right? You can order at this yellow line, right? And then you can trade it, you can sell it if we drop below here. So you're risking almost nothing, and the upside is huge. All markets will come down and test this level that we're at right here. All markets are going to do this, and I guarantee, I'll put my life on the line, that in this market cycle, Bitcoin is going to come down and test here. And the big test is going to be what we do next. And it's not likely that we break through here. It's more likely that we hold as support and bounce way higher. That's what usually happens in this type of setup. So if you literally bought here and you put your trade in to sell, if we went down into this area, you have this, you're risking this on the downside, but your reward is this. It's a no-brainer. It's like a 1-to-4, 1-to-5, 1-to-6 ratio, which will be incredible, right? You're risking a tiny bit for a potential reward of a lot, right? It's just a simple way to look at it. And again, if you're stuck on the 1 hour and the 4 hour or whatever 5-minute time frame, you will never, ever, ever, ever see this. Our channel covers all of the biggest moves clearly right in front of you for you to see just the facts. No emotional opinions. But this is what I'm looking at. We will come down and test this at some point, and that will be our key test, and it's likely we will hold support, and it's likely we will see a continued move to the upside after regaining this level after 2.5 years. And again, I will state the obvious here. Up at the top of our chart, we dip below this red line. We already know what that's about, right? A dip below this red line is foreshadowing that there is a surprise crash coming in Bitcoin. Now, if you're waiting and you're like, hey, this surprise crash coming, I'm going to wait to buy. If you're out of Bitcoin right now, it's far more risky than to be in Bitcoin. I told you that when we were back at the bottom, when I said the bottom was in. I told you that all through phase 1 of the bull. We were in phase 1 of the bull for 196 days. I kept telling you, this is your last time to buy. This is your last time to buy. You do not want to be buying in any other phase. We're in phase 1 of the bull. This is your time to buy. And guess what? It's likely we just moved into phase 2 of the bull. Do you want to be buying in phase 2 of the bull? No, you want to buy at the bottom of the market. And if you somehow missed it, you want to buy in phase 1 of the bull. You do not want to be buying in phase 2. You want to start to shift in phase 2 and 3 of the bull into the selling mindset and when to take profits. If you're late to the party, you're already late for the party, right? You somehow missed it. That means you haven't watched my channel. We covered the 48K mega crash right down to the double bottom. And I said last year that this year was going to be the start of the bull run. Nobody wanted to believe me. About 85% of people were against me. And what did Bitcoin do in the calendar year of 2023? We just went from 15K up to where we are now. And we're in potentially phase 2 of the bull. I told you phase 1 of the bull was going to start last year. So don't be late to the party. It's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. This is a good time to be in Bitcoin. But again, we're looking at the structure. We have momentum on the weekly chart on our side, but not as much. We have more momentum on the 2-week on our side, further action to potentially push price higher. We will uncover it as we get there. A lot is happening in the market. I'm going to try to squeeze out another video. I really want to make a video on these 2 charts, which is coming up. This is going to be the biggest close in a long time, and then something monumental that happened here, which nobody is covering. That is coming in the next video. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in a little bit. Do you want to make more money? Let's hear what some of my students have to say. Waldo says, quote, "Actually, I could pay off my house with the profits." Sergio says, quote, "I made 3 times what the courses cost." Chase said, "My last trade, I'm up 81% in less than 14 days. The clock is ticking. This is your last chance. Crazy discount. Don't miss out. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Again, that's CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Black Friday blowout. Largest ever discount on my program. If you sign up right now, you're going to unlock these huge things for free. You're going to get my Bull Run Masterclass, $2,500 value, free. A brand new indicator, $2,000 value, free. Backtesting strategies, $6,000 value, free. If you sign up right now, you will unlock all of these for free. CryptoCrewUniversity.com.